everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Nelson. You are watching Nature Nell, and if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you for all you new subscribers that have been clicking that subscribe button in the past few weeks. There's been a great increase, so thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining the Nature Nell train. And today I'm going to gift you what's in bloom, which is always my favorite, and boy do I have so much to show you. So I'm not going to chat so much in the beginning, because as you can see back there, it's a trail of blooms. There's blooms everywhere, and we've been very busy. There's been a lot of shows happening. There's one coming up right now. I have to talk about this because they told me not too long ago, recently, actually like about a week ago, and it didn't give me enough time to put it out there, but I'm gonna put this video out before the show this week. So if you guys are in Miami or plan to be here in Miami, Orchid is having a mega show. This is something we've been talking about for such a long time, and actually Carlos and Chris are gonna do it. They got a big circus tent, and they're gonna put, he said something like 20 plus vendors. I don't have the vendors that are gonna be there, but I could only imagine the vendors that are going to be there, because usually they get some really cool growers and people in the industry that go to the regular shows. So I can only imagine this massive show who's going to be there. So if you guys are not doing anything this weekend, or if you are doing something, cancel your plans and go to this, because this is only going to be, I think, this year. It's something Carlos wants to start doing I think every year or so, which is to do one big show. Now, I think they're gonna have food trucks. He was looking into that. Like I said, I don't have all the information because it was kind of last minute. But it seems that that is the theme this year for orchid shows, last minute. Last minute changes, but you know what? It's all good. They've all been successful, and I have a feeling this one's going to be just as successful. So without further ado, guys, I'm not going to keep you here. I'm going to do what I came here to do, which is to show you what's in bloom. So without further ado, let's go in there and see what we got. All right, you mad orchid collectors, let's go inside and see what we have, which, as you can see, there's plenty. I don't even know where to start. I'm going to skip over some. You're going to see like my paths. I did show them already, so I'm not going to show them again because there's too much to show that I haven't shown. Now this, I am so glad I caught it before it started fading away, because this is a new one that I got over in Apopka. And if you guys saw my my haul, you saw this beauty there. Let me see, where is the taggy waggy? It's an Ascasendus something. I don't know, I can't remember the name. There we go, now it works. So anyways, I got this at Crowell Smith. Mr. Julian had a couple in his hands, and I yanked this one off of his hands. And look how beautiful it's gotten. It's so pretty. Has great color. It's a very deep fuchsia. Almost like hot pink. But it's a gorgeous little, I call it a Vanda because it does look like a Vanda. And right next to it is another one that is from Vicky's Orchids, but this she created herself, inspired by the cones that I do, the big cones that I've done. So she gave me this as a gift about a year ago, and look at her, she's given me so many pretty blooms. Now I know I have a it's called Cherry Blossom, and this is a Vanda. It's a mini Vanda, but it's adorable. And she was over at Ophi's last year, and I was admiring, she had a bunch of these, and I go, she says, what do you think? Inspired by your videos. So before I left, she goes, here, I want to gift you one. She gave me this one, and it gave me really nice inflorescence. Just a gorgeous all-around mini Vanda. Now, as you guys can see, I kind of arrange things where you can go in through here or in through that side. You kind of can go around. So I have sort of like an arch, little faux arch here. Now this right here is a funny story, because Mr. Bart surprised me. I had called him because I saw on Melissa's video that I think when the open house, she bought this one. And I said, oh, that cranberry in yellow is not in my collection. Why is this not in my collection? And then I remember that I did see it. And I did think to myself, oh, you know, before I leave, I might take one with me. And I never did. So unfortunately, I didn't take one, because I immediately sent Bart a picture and I said, please tell me you still have these here. And he says, actually, I think I even have one in bloom. And then he sends me a picture. He goes, come on by, pick it up. I have it here for you. So I was changing water in my aquariums, and I did it so fast. I broke a record, I think, in changing aquarium water. And then he says, this one has part of that in it. So you can kind of see it. Oh, I'm sorry. Here, I didn't give you the name. I assume you would already know because, you know, that's the name of it. It's a pretty long name. And then this one is part of that cross. Sorry. But look how cute that is. It has that pink labellum with that yellow veiny petal. Super, super, super contrasty. I love it. At first, when I saw him with both, I thought he was gonna have me like choose, like, but then I realized, wait, they're not the same. And then he explained to me, and he just said, here, take them both. So Bart, thank you for these two Vandas. They are absolutely beautiful. So no, I did not bloom it, but because I got it literally today, I figured why waste a good moment to show some beautiful blooms, especially for motes, because I am on fire with mote flowers this season. Here's another one. As you can see, this probably has, let me see, it probably has, yes, look, Louvaii. It has the same one, the same cross. So see, you can kind of see the same cross in there. You can totally see it. It's so cool. So this, and this all have the same cross. Now let's see up here, before I go to the next motes. This is from Coral Smith. This is one of my favorite Vandas that I've gotten from them. Here's a name. Here's the name. Don't wear it out. And it also has that name Redland. So when I see Redland on any of the orchids, I make it a point to take it with me. I have to have it because, you know, I live in the Redlands and it's kind of cool. So this one is called Redland, like my, I think it was a Dendrobium that I got. It's called, not Dendrobium, Cattleya from Pam. But look at that flower, how pretty that is. Just a gorgeous all-around flower. And when I got this about a year and a half ago, people were following me like, where did you get that? Where'd you get that? Anyways, this was a popular one over at Coral Smith when I found it at the last spring show. Actually, it was 1 year ago. Love it very much. And this one I got this year, but I showed you guys this one already. It's on its way out, as you can see. This one I got also at Coral Smith this year at the spring show. So if you guys want to see more of this, go to my haul and I talk more about it there. Now look at this spectacular thing here. Could somebody please pause and pay attention to this? Look at what a gorgeous flower. I got this from Pam, I would say, was it the Redland show? Yeah, it was the Redland show. This was during the Redland show in the Fruit and Spice Park. And I was filming that day, and I don't know if I was filming when she gave me this, but when she saw me, I was with Laz. She's like, hey, come here, come here. I got something for you. I was looking for you. And she had a bunch of these. These are Arides, by the way, Rosea. Here, let me grab the tag. There's orchids in bloom. So it was in this beautiful mount, and I don't know why my light is not working very well. But anyways, I ended up taking this one. I think Laz took one too. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he took another one of these. But it's just absolutely beautiful. My phone has Tourette's. No, I don't want to miss anything. Here's another gorgeous, gorgeous Vanda from my friends at Moats. I'm telling you, this season, the Moats Vandas are like stealing the show. This one, do I still have the tag? I think no, I do have the tag. Here we go. Vanda Blue Danube. I bought this about 3 years ago, and unfortunately, due to a lot of weather stress, it got really bad. But I have to say, it is a heavy bloomer. It always gives me these gorgeous little violet pseudo cerulean, because they're not really cerulean, even though it's called Blue Danube. It doesn't really have that cerulean tone the way that other Vandas that I've seen that are cerulean carry. But it's still in that, what do you call it, in that vicinity of cerulean. But a beautiful flower nonetheless. And of course I hung it here because I said, you know, I have all these great Moats orchids, and they should all be together. Now look at this cutie patootie. Look at this little cutie patootie. And this came from none other than my friends at Sierra Madre Orchids and Bromeliads. And they sell a lot of species. And C has been trying to like get me into a little bit more into species and showing more species, and I do like them. It's just that with me it's been a hit or miss with the species. Usually they're small, and small orchids for me sometimes don't really fare too well here in this environment. It's still a learning curve for me. But look, the size is beautiful. This got really big. It wasn't this size when he gave it to me. And this is a Vanda, a little mini Vanda, Testicea. Testicea. But what a cutie patootie. That's all I can say about it, because it's so tiny. I mean, look at the size of this. It's so tiny. Do you have fragrance? Oh, yes, you do. Wow. It's got a nice little fragrance. Kind of spicy. Oh, no. You know what it reminds me of a little bit? It reminds me of the Holy Ghost flower. It has sort of that fragrance. Really, really pretty. Thank you, C. I love this one. I was so happy when I saw it. Now, down here, I did show you guys recently this beautiful brown splash that comes from my other friend from they're all my friend. All these vendors are my friends. They've all become friends of mine, and I love them all. But Frau, now that's not her name. I always forget the name that she uses, but I've gotten so used to calling her Frau, and I gotta stop doing that. So anyway, I got this from not from Frau, but from Pam, who I believe purchased them from Frau. I'm not sure, but I think she got them from Frau because she knows her, and she had her booth in her show recently at the temple. And so she had a bunch of these in the nursery, and I just couldn't resist. I actually put it on this cute little cedar wood, and I added a little bit of Spanish moss. Now I'm learning that this moss actually holds a lot of humidity, so you got to be careful on some of these. On my Cattleya, I noticed that it started rotting the Cattleya, and it's on bare root, and all it has is moss. So be very careful when you use moss on your mounts. So anyways, here she is in its full glory. It's such a beautiful, beautiful print. To me, it just looks very royal. Like I would use this in a royal cape or something, in a royal print. It's just very, very beautiful. So now I would like to segue to a perfect, or should I say transition into a perfect orchid. Now this is going to be a total surprise to Kelly. I didn't want to tell her. I have held so much not to send a picture to her or anything, because I wanted her to watch this video and be pleasantly surprised. She gifted me this gorgeous yellow splash. And this is sort of the reverse of what you just saw. The flowers are a little bigger, as you can see. But she sent me this from Hawaii, and it turns out that this is a very difficult dendrobium to find. At least here in the United States, it's not an easy one to find. Maybe in Asia you can find them, but this is the name. We searched high and low. When she found it, it had no name, and I ended up finding it online. It's a Dendrobium yellow splash mutete, 5%. She has one too that it gave her a gorgeous spike just like this one. And when I saw it spiking, I haven't had luck blooming this one. The spikes kept on getting eaten by bugs and thrips, and I sprayed this puppy so much with 7. So if you guys see buds coming out and you're seeing a problem with thrips, start spraying them. Don't let them go, because they will get out of control and destroy your entire inflorescence. But yeah, Kelly, I'm in love with this orchid. I'm so glad you went out of your way and took your time to wrap this up and send it to me overseas from Hawaii. This came straight from Hawaii. She found it in a nursery, and they only had 2. And when she showed me the one she found, I go, oh my God, I need that. Please try to find one. And so she went back, and when it was blooming, she found it. And so she sent it to me about 1.5 years ago, maybe 2 years ago. And it is a very slow grower. It is not the prettiest of plants, but it is one of the prettiest flowers out here. Moving on right next here. Now this is one that I got from Backyard Blooms. And Melissa told me that if you like pink and green, you're gonna love this flower, because we're talking about pink and green. And look at this. Now it is already like on its way out. It's getting the flowers already starting to die off, but it is such a pretty flower. Now this is one of the things I love about them, is that they make these tags. So if you guys want to reach out to them. And there's an Encyclia Laura Meyer. Very, very cute flowers. And of course, fragrance as well. Has a pretty fragrance. Huh. It likes the screen better than the flower. Oh, there we go. It likes focusing on the background. So anyways, guys, this is a Laura Meyer. It's a gorgeous Encyclia. A definite must-have. Now, out here, there's another Encyclia that I was also hoping to grab before it would start going, because as you can see, it's starting to turn. But this is the Prismacopia. I think I said that right. Prismacarpa. My God, today the focus today is on a whole other level of annoyance. Encyclia Prismatacarpa. Got this at Carl Smith. This was one that Laz and Blanca held for me. They only had 3, and I hadn't gone there, and they had gone there early. And when they saw it, they're like, oh my God, there's only one left. We got to hold it for Nelson. So, so they actually held it for me. And I got to say, it's a gorgeous Encyclia. Really, really beautiful. That little purplish labellum with that pistachio color. because pistachio in flowers is really pretty, especially when it has a contrast of like a warmer tone, like a pink or a fuchsia or even a purple. But it's a great little flower. They gave me 2 gorgeous inflorescences here. Now here in Encyclias, they're not crazy about this weather sometimes. They do act a little bit weird. This is an Arides. This is a species, Arides flabellata. Look at these curly curls. Is that not a cutie? Now this came from lots of orchids. I feature them at the Tamiami shows and at the Redland shows. They always have super unique, not very easy to find Vandas and orchids. And I always tease them because when I go to their booth, they always have a lot of orchids. So, so I always say, oh, living up to your name. But I got this at Redland with Miss Teresita. I think she ended up getting one too. Now, I'm not gonna reach out to smell these because they don't smell good. I don't know if I showed the name. There we go. They are not a good smelling flower, so I don't suggest that you go up to smell it. Now, from here, you don't smell a thing. It's not one of those flowers that's gonna stink up your space. You have to really dig your nose in there, but it is a stinky one. All right, let's go back to another Encyclia here. This is my orchid jungle that I got a couple of years ago over at, oh my God, this whole thing is shedding. Hold on. There we go. I got this at Mount's Botanical Garden. And it's a gorgeous, gorgeous flower. Look at that. An orchid jungle. I like the way they tagged it. Look. Yeah, Noah, what's going on? These cats are so needy. So anyways, guys, this one has a beautiful fragrance. It's like, I always think of baby cologne for some reason. That's what it smells like. There's a Spanish cologne, Violeta. It kind of has that Violeta cologne smell. Or Para Mi Bebé cologne. But it just smells really good. I'm stuck in here. Okay, so I did do it in a way that I have to go around this thing here. So see, this is where I put all my Bulbophyllums. And I was trying to see if I had any more somewhere else, but I don't. But anyways, look who we have here. One of the most beautiful Bulbophyllums in the world. Look at that. What a gorgeous, gorgeous work of art. Look how it twists those little petals down. I am in love with this flower. And the best part about it is, it's named after me. This flower was actually registered and named after me by the Crowsmith Nurseries. It was a beautiful and kind gesture. And I truly love this flower. The tones on it is just beautiful. So if you guys want a Nelson Vieira, they have lots of them ready now for sale. Because I was just over there and I helped someone select one for her collection. And they had quite a few. It's very pretty. And it's a pretty big flower. Look at that. It's not a tiny flower. Just adorable. Thank you guys. Every time I see it bloom, I always feel so grateful that they did that, because it's such a unique flower, and it reminds me of the ghost orchid that it twists on the bottom like this, the Florida ghost orchid. Now here is this other cutie patootie. There's a lot of cutie patooties because a lot of my mini Vandas are in bloom. They all decided to start blooming at the same time. This one is from Mr. C, also Sierra Madre. And this was, he says, you need to have this one. I had no idea what it was going to look like. I believe it's also a species, but look at how gorgeous that little flower is. It's like a super mustard yellow, almost like a school bus yellow. That would be the perfect color description. It's a school bus yellow. Really, really bright and saturated. And I love that it grows in these clusters. Now up here, oh Noah, this is what I have to deal with, it, guys. See, you don't really see this when I'm filming, but this is what goes on most of the time. I just try to ignore it, but it's difficult because I don't want to step on him. But he does that. That's why I say they're very needy. Anyways, this is the Yamada tenafolia, Maxillaria tenafolia Yamada. And guys, if you want to smell something good, this smells like vanilla coconut. This poor plant struggled so much, and I gotta thank it because I didn't think it started dying off with the cold weather. It just, the whole thing fell. I had to put it in a new one, and look how grateful it is. It just gave me all those flowers. So, you know, sometimes they are a lot stronger than we think. Now, this is one that Terry gave me, and I cannot wait to see this puppy bloom. This is the one that Ben from BL Orchids had, and Terry gave me this for my anniversary. And look, it has this spike, and I just discovered it has this other spike back here. So she's a hefty spiker. Now this is also spiking. I have a lot of Vandas throughout that are starting to show. Oh, I almost forgot you, Mama. And you're the most beautiful thing. Look at this. What do you guys think about that color combination? What are we talking about here? That's right. Cranberry and yellow, hashtag that. That's the name. Painter's Dream. And I got this from Dan and Margie a while back. And boy, does this Vanda bud a lot. By the way, this Wilbur Chang is about to bust out in flowers. Look how pretty. Okay, Noah, you need to stop because I'm going to step on you. My God. Now, this little Denisoniana that just popped out of nowhere. Look how gorgeous that flower is. This is another one of those that I say that every collector should have. It's a very pretty flower. Here. It's gorgeous. Beautiful banana yellow. No fragrance right now. But I love that they're compact orchids, so they don't take a lot of space. Now, this Antennianum, is that how you say it? Antennianum with stratoides. The samurai is probably one of my top favorite Dendrobiums, if not my favorite, for many reasons. Number one is a heavy bloomer. It shoots a lot of different inflorescence throughout. It's a fast grower. It doesn't lose its leaves as much as other Dendrobiums do. It has a very unique design in the flower. I mean, those antennas are just, I'm here for those antennas. And then it gives you a bonus with fragrance. So what is not to like about this Dendrobium is what I like to say, because there's so many bonuses that you get with this Dendrobium. It's just a very pretty flower altogether. And it photographs very well. If you photograph this against a black background, oh my God, look at that. Look at the profile on that flower. Just stunning. So yeah, lots and lots of gorgeous flowers. Let me take a break here for a second. Not a break, a pit stop. Now you guys remember this. This is my Nifer's Quest with Little Sweet Scent. It stopped giving flowers, but look what we're gonna have next year. It doubled the amount of canes. So we're gonna have a spectacular show next year. Oh, look, I forgot this one. Another moats up here. This is one that I got not too long ago at the Tamiami show, and I got 3 of them for 50 bucks. And that's what this is. Here's your information. They have great mail order system. So anyways, I got this, and Terry was like, oh, I'm so jealous. I should have gotten one, because I told her, why don't you get one? And she's like, no. So I ended up getting the 3 that they had and put him on this little cork. And lo and behold, does it like it. It loves it there. Here's another one. I didn't even see this one here blooming. Adorable. And it is very fragrant. This one's super fragrant. I'm gonna have to bring her down because I want to smell her. I want to smell her. All right, let's take a quick look at this. I already showed this on my last what's in bloom, but look how pretty. It had 4. It already lost 2. This is a and I got this at Carl Smith. All right, so let's see what we have here. Do we have anything here on this side? Well, we do have this cactus blooming. Look how cute that is. And it has all these new little buds coming out. I had shown you guys all those little pink things there that you see. Those are all future buds. That's buds. Those are buds. And it's gonna give a lot of flowers. Oh boy. See, I'm not kidding when I tell you. He does not miss one step. He's trying to get ahead of me. Now here's my yellow bird that has been non-stop blooming. This is just a wonderful, wonderful orchid to own, because at nighttime, you don't really have a lot of things that have fragrance. But if you have this, oh boy, is it fragrant. You smell it as soon as you walk into this area. It smells delicious. Now I got this years ago, about 4 years ago, because I always say years ago, and it's only been 4 years ago, from Brethren. I got it at an Ophi sale. And then a viewer of mine, Hosanna, my Brazilian friend, who's been watching me since the beginning, made this by hand herself and gifted it to me. And I thought, what better thing to put in here than my yellowbird? Because it's it's probably my favorite nighttime orchid. It just smells so good, and it loves it. It loves being in there. It's grown very well, the same way that this one loves being on my shoes. Ay, Dios mío, Noah, despégate. He's got me speaking Spanish. All right, this one here caught me by surprise, because this is the old spike. See how I broke it here? But I never cut the old spike, so it gave me a new growth. And look how pretty that is. It is a Laelia rubescens. I gotta land the plane over here. Wow, is he okay? That plane doesn't sound too good. My God, that sounds really bad. All right. It freaks me out because they do a lot of like, people down here are very adventurous and they do kite flying and glide, what are those ultralights, and they do all kind of old planes and classics. Anyway, this is Alalia rubescens. I believe that's what it is. You know, I'm calling it Alalia rubescens, and I don't have a tag for this. No, I don't have a tag. Oh, of all things to get stuck to. All right. So anyways, guys, we'll just go with it. We'll just say it's Alalia rubescens. If not, if you guys know this, please let me know, because I remember now, this was gifted to me by my neighbor. They used to have all kinds of crosses. So this may be a Schomburgkia with Alalia rubescens or something crazy, because they used to do kind of wild crosses like that. Now here is my Vanda art piece that I decided to put all these little mini Vandas. And look, guys, look how many buds it's giving me. Now this, let me see, let me look at this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start spraying, because these I sprayed so much, and look, I was able to achieve full bloom. Because when I tell you the thrips were on fire this season, they were like so mean. They were eating everything, my Schomburgkias, my mini Vandas, everything. And I was able to accomplish. Now this I think has falcata in it. It's also from Carl Smith. It's a Vanda kaori. Smells, oh my God, that smells so good. It smells like lemon cream pie, something like that. Now this tiny little one here, this one doesn't smell. No, I don't smell anything. But it's adorable. And now I use tamarind wood because I do have a tamarind fruit tree here. And it's considered one of the better woods to use for mounting because it doesn't rot. As you can see, I've had this now for a year. It's out here getting water and everything. And look at this. This stuff is hard as wood. So here's this one, because it's a really long name and I'm not about to like call it all out for you, but that's this one. If you guys want to do a screenshot, that's this little tiny one. And then over here we have these. I don't have the name for these, but they are beautiful. I got these at Udeli's. These are Dendrobiums. These do lose all their leaves, but boy do they bloom. They bloom upon blooms upon blooms upon blooms. Look at all this. This is all the same Dendrobium. And speaking of blooms upon blooms upon blooms upon blooms, look at this. I don't know if I should get a chair. Hold on. I hope I don't fall. Because I think it's going to be better if I do it this way. Now, this is that beautiful Cerulean Dendrobium that has two crosses of Cerulean. Now, we just discovered this because Mr. David from Morning Dove Nursery, he grows these, and I've never seen anyone else growing these. And he just entered a massive one at Flamingo Gardens for a AOS showing, and they got him the name. And I'll put it underneath here. But look how pretty this flower is. And it's interesting because when it starts opening, it's like a rusty cranberry, and it slowly turns into this beautiful cerulean pink. It has pink and cerulean. See, this is the rusty color I was saying. This was just opening now. So it goes from this color to this beautiful color. And then right next to it is this Tibicinus Myrmecophilia. Myrmecophilia. Anyways, Schomburgkia for old schoolers. And this also comes from Dave. He made this whole piece here. Hold on, let me go down slowly. I've had a bad knee for the past few days, and I gotta be careful. I'm climbing up on things. But anyways, he made this and gave it to me about 2 years ago. I know, Papa. Food is not anywhere near your time yet. So that's the piece right there. So he says he liked to combine Dendrobiums and Schimberkias and other plants because he says he enjoys the grouping of the flowers. And I obviously agree with him because I do the same thing. So anyways, this is a beautiful display of flowers this season. So Dave, if you're watching, which I'm sure you are, look at your beautiful Dendrobiums and Myrmecophilus. So since we're on Myrmecophilus, let's go down here and see how these are doing, because I think these are starting to fade out a little bit. I don't know, they were open earlier. And then they close as it gets darker. It was raining earlier. Here, let me show you. It's very pretty. I think this is a species. I got this at Kroll Smith. Maybe it's not. And these Myrmecophilus here, they always get like pollinated. Look. So this is the name. Oh my God, do you guys see this? He is the most neediest one of all 9. Like big time. Now the reason I leave, see that they've already opened and they're like giving flow, their seeds are flowing out. You see? It's like little fibers. There, those are the seeds. So this goes out in the wind, and so what happens is the wind carries it. And these trees here in my yard tend to have some type of fungus that germinates certain orchids. So this here is a Grammatophyllum. For you guys that have just started following me, this was born here from a seed. This is airborne seeds that actually found a fungus in there to germinate. So I said, if there's a fungus in there that germinates, then I'm gonna take my old grams that I have, my Grammatophyllums that I have that are like practically dying, and shove them in these holes and see what happens. So I did this one. As you guys can see, it's looking terrible. And in no time, look at that. It has 2 new growth. I kid you not. That grew out there after I put it there. And this one, I also noticed yesterday when I was watering, that has a new growth. So they do like the avocado trunk. Certain things grow there, like ferns. I also have this fern that I bought at Fantastic Fern, and this must have been from one of the spurs or spores. Just like this, when it rains, they get so pretty. But then when there's no rain, they look like they're dead. They get brown and coiled up. But you see those a lot in the Everglades. All right, my friends, I think we're done with this side. Let's go in my workshop and see what we have there. Oh, by the way, it's finito. Look how beautiful it turned out. At night, this place looks spectacular. It really does. With the lighting and everything, I'm very happy the way it turned out. It's a little messy with leaves, only because it's been raining, and it is there's water. Okay, let's see what we have here. My cornucurvy cervi, or cornucervi. Here we go. Also from Kroll Smith. Look at that flower, guys. Now, I got this idea visiting RF. They had the same exact novelty phal in one of these cones. So I bought one of their cones and I did the same. and it took really, really well. It likes it a lot. Now, the way I did it was I used sphagnum moss, but down here I did put a screen so nothing falls out. The bottom here, all the way here, is styrofoam popcorn and lava rock to hold some humidity, but still a lot of drainage. So that's how I did this beauty right here. Now down here, you know what? Let me sit for a minute. It feels good to sit down. I've been changing water on aquariums all day. I'm surprised I got to this. This I just got at Wilson Orchids at the spring show in Apopka at Smith. And the photo and this flower are a perfect match. When I'm telling you a perfect match, it's exactly like this. And I'm so glad, because sometimes the photos, they look so extravagant, and then when you see the flower, you're like, not so much. But this one is just like the photo. You know, Wilson Orchids are really, really good. I really like their I really like his orchids. And I believe he's a grower himself. That's why some of them have the name Wilson tagged onto it. This is another one from Coral Smith. As you guys can see, I do have a lot of orchids from Coral Smith. Now, that's because I've been buying from them longer than most nurseries. They were one of the first ones that I actually really started buying from. So I do have way more. Plus, I go to their shows every year, so I kind of kill it there. Look how beautiful. Blue and white cross with self. I want to see what that is. Milteo Prince Blue, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, there's another one I got from Wilson. It's starting to open. It's a pyloric. Look how cute. Since it's a pyloric, it looks so cute when they open. Very, very cute flower. I can't wait to see it open. All right, now here is another one. I show this a lot, but you know what? I wanted to show it to you guys because I ordered from Temu. I ordered these metal spikes, and they're so thin and sturdy. I really like them, and they're great to put your novelty file sequential spikes. These are all sequential, which means when the flower dies, another one comes out at the end. So don't ever cut a sequential spike. If you don't know what it is, when you buy your orchids, ask the person you're buying it from if it's a sequential spike, because you may be cutting a spike that will bloom multiple times for you. So anyways, this is a I'm drawing a blank. I keep thinking Jaffon because I just saw it. Anboinensis, Tejas giant, phalaenopsis, and this is also from Coral Smith. Very, very fragrant, by the way. And I put this one in lava rock. But this is what I do when I'm going to put something that has hardly contains, or should I say maintains any moisture. Try to get a little dish for it, or something that comes with a dish, so that way it makes up for the lack of moisture in here. Because if not, it'll dry up too much and your leaves will start getting kind of floppy. And I do water this one every day because of that. Now, you guys have seen this one before. This is the Redland Showtime, I think it's called. Hold on. That's right, this one didn't have I'll put the name under. But she completely opened. She looks gorgeous. Look at that. How pretty that looks. So tropical. Looks like a little Hawaiian layout. Very, very pretty. I'm very obsessed with it. I really like it. I'm so glad I took it. And I was telling Terry, I'd rather take something that's unique and different than to be taking so many orchids, because at the end of the day, You have to find a space for it. Look at everything I've done here to accommodate all these orchids, because number one, I need to redo my little greenhouse over there, the white one, my quick tent. I have to redo it inside. So I need a place to put them, and I kind of like them all here now because it's much easier to water and to care for and look at and keep an eye on in case they have any type of weird bugs or pests. Plus, I get to enjoy them because when they're in the quick tent, I don't get to see them unless I go inside there. And look how pretty these flowers are. Aren't they gorgeous? I never, ever get tired of phals. And I love that you can find so many different kinds of, like, look at this one. I got this at Udeli's over at the Wellington, and I fell in love with this one. There was a lady walking with it. I go, oh my God, where'd you get that? And when she pointed, I realized it was Udeli's. So I ended up taking one. It's just such a pretty flower. Very, very different. And then these, of course, you guys seen these before I showed these. They are changing in tones. Here, let me show you. Here's a very unique Dendrobium because it does change colors as it ages. It gets like these brown colors from the pink. And this is one they call the dragon. I believe the dragon. Do I see? What is this? Oh no. Hold on. I was looking, it's dust. I was freaking out. I you know, every time I see little white things on the leaves, you automatically assume it's something bad. So anyways, guys, here are all my phals. I'm not going to bore you with just phals. I know that a lot of you don't care for the phals, but I do because they are pretty. And look at those colors. So why not? Why not give tribute to them when they're so kind to give us blooms and reciprocate the love that we give to them? So they deserve to be showcased. My little spa flower. I always said this one looks like something that belongs in a spa. Speaking of spa, I feel like I'm in a sauna in here. When you close this, it was dripping. All right, guys. So I think that's it for now as far as blooms go. I don't think I have anything else that I can show you. For the blooms, nothing here is blooming either. I think that's it. I'll just show you a little bit about around the yard. Everything's looking great. Things are coming back to normal. I had lost a lot of grass, as you can see. The grass is growing here as well and here. After we cut these trees back and it's been raining a lot, we now have some greenery growing. This was all dirt and now I can see green growing again. So yes, spring has sprung. You know what? Let's see if there's any of my Cuban flowers, like my mariposa. She was blooming the other day. Yeah, it was raining so hard today. It destroyed them. But this is a Cuban flower. It's a ginger. But it rained so hard, which I'm kind of glad it did because they do love a lot of water. And rainwater is the best for them. I did see this morning a vanilla flower, but I don't think with all the rain we had, I don't know if it's still going to be there. Let's take a look. Where is it? Ish. It's still opening. This one's still opening. So I put all my vanillas here because they weren't doing too good on the trees. So I decided to put them here, and guess what? This is like the third or fourth time that they bloom. So I guess this is the place seat. This is all full of flowers. All my gingers are growing back. All right, guys. Yes, Noah, I know. You're keeping tabs on me. Well, let me bring you to what you guys have probably all been awaiting for because of the thumbnail. It's a good thing I recorded this because there's only one left. They don't last long at all. They last about a week. This one just opened about 2 days ago. So it actually, I actually had to film it way before I did this video. So guys, just look at this spectacular orchid. It is such a beautiful showcase. It looks to me like a chandelier. Like every which way that you look at this plant, it's beautiful. This is the Bulbophyllum vaginatum. This is probably one of my very first, if not my very first, Bulbophyllum. And I got this beauty from, yes, you guys guessed it, Carl Smith. It was 4.5 years ago, maybe. It was right, I think, when I started the channel, or right before I started the channel. I got this one together with the falcatum. And it was a tiny little thing in a 4-inch pot. And look at the size it turned out to be. It is absolutely a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous flower. To me, I never thought I would be able to grow something like this. I would see them in photos in the AOS magazine and things like that. And I always said, how can I reach that level of orchid growing? You know, where it just gives you all these amazing rare flowers, because you only get to see them blooming for about a week until they start dying. But I was blessed with a green thumb and was able to achieve what I once thought was only a dream. So that's why I felt this one needed to be showcased. No questions asked. Just beautiful. All right, guys, that is it. That is the end of today's episode, but not the end of the channel. We have a lot more coming up. The season is slowing down. We will be having less and less shows from now on. I think October we have the Redland show, which was moved to October due to the heat. You could already feel it. We're in May, already second week of May. And I'm already sweating when I do the videos. I think the last time I did the videos, I didn't sweat at all. And before that in the fall either. So I can start feeling a difference now. Things start getting a little bit more exhausting as you're ending the video. But anyway, all is good. Lots of blooms. I love this weather. I love rain. We needed some rain. It was kind of dry here in Miami. I just hope that if you guys are here in Miami, that I see you at this festival. Now, I will be there this weekend on Friday. I won't be able to be there Saturday. I may go Sunday, but I will not be there Friday. I will not be there Saturday, nor will I be doing a preview. I thought the preview was on Friday, and I blanked that day out. And when I spoke to Carlos, again, he told me too late. So that's why these things need to be said way in advance. So virtual recommendation. I won't be able to go there Thursday to do the preview. So hopefully enough of you guys get this message so you don't miss out on the show, because I'm super excited about it. It's the first one that he does of its kind. We've been talking about this over and over. Carlos is one of those that he likes to think things over a lot. Chris is like me. Let's do it. Let's just jump in and do it. We'll hope for the best, right? But no, Carlos is more like systematic, and I think he decided he was going to do it this year, which I thought he would have been planning for next year. But hey, what is it that old saying they say, no better time than the present? So I guess that's what he's doing. He's doing it now because why not? Let's just go ahead. It doesn't interfere with any show that's going on. So it's a perfect date. Whew, that was a mouthful. So anyways, guys, I will see you on the next episode. I don't think I'm forgetting anything, any other shows. If anything, I will put it at the end of this episode if there's anything coming up. besides the Ophies and the Redland. I know that next year, March, by the way, it has been announced. March next year, I don't have the date with me, but I think it's the second week of March, second weekend. The Thailand show will come back again. Amazing Thailand show. It was such a success that Pam is going to bring it back, and I guess they've already settled with the temple, and it's going to happen. Everybody's happy. Everyone thought it was a great turnout, so we're looking forward to do it again next year. It really was magical. If you guys missed it this year, don't worry. You're going to be able to go next year. And the way time is flying, you'll be there in no time. Anyways, guys, thank you for sticking by this long. I am Nelson. You're watching Nature Now, and remember to always, always keep it green. See you on the next episode.